everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is all about the financial goals that you should be aiming for if you want to better your financial journey. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. So if you're wondering how on earth you might get started in trying to get your financial life into better shape, then this video is for you. I'm going to talk through 6 different things that I feel are really good financial goals for anyone to aim for, and talk through how you might go about that. So number 1 is to pay off debt. Now this should be a priority. If you've got credit card loans, anything that is kind of debt related, your priority if you're wanting to sort out your finances is to get that paid off. Now I'm not saying that that's going to be an easy journey, it might not be, but if you want to get your financial footing in a better position, then you need to eliminate that debt first. And I'll leave a link below to a blog post and another video that I've got all about paying off debt. But essentially you need to work out what your debt is and come up with some kind of plan about how to pay that off. But the first thing that you need to do if you are in that position is to pay that off first. And that should be your focus, and it might take quite a while. But by having that pressure taken off you once you are debt free means that then you can kind of get on with the rest of your financial journey without that keeping you behind. The second one, and I'm such an advocate for this and I do this myself, and that is you should aim to read one personal finance book every single month. And the reason for that is that the more you read about the subject, the more knowledge that you gain about personal finance, the more aware you are of your own situation, and therefore can then make steps to improve that. So if you are someone who maybe doesn't like reading as much, try and read one personal finance book per month. And I'm someone who does this, not as kind of military as I used to be about it, but I've read so many personal finance books now. I'll leave a link below to a blog post where I outline 5 of my favourite personal finance books. Just to give you a starting point, there are so many to choose from, and some of them are kind of more daunting than others to read. Some of them are much more easy to read and much more kind of user friendly, if you like. But yeah, I'll leave a link below. One of my favourites, and I recommend this to people who ask about this, is Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and I'll leave a link below. If you've not read any personal finance books before, that is definitely a good one to read with. It is so straightforward, it is so easy to read, it's so clear and concise, and he kind of goes through every single thing. In fact, in some ways that's the only one you need to read. So I'll leave a link below to that as a starting point, and like I said, the blog post. But try and make time to get used to reading about personal finance, because the more you know about a situation or a subject, the more you can then be confident about making changes or making decisions around it. Number 3, and I guess I can't really talk about personal finance goals without making this one of them, and that is to, where possible, create a second or third or fourth income stream. Now, if the pandemic of the last 18 months hasn't showed us this already, the prospect of relying on just that one income source is so precarious, and for lots of us it can go within an instant, can't it? So if you're just relying on that one day-to-day job income, and lots of us are, myself included most of the time, if that goes, then you have nothing to fall back on. So if you create a second income stream, and you never know what that might turn into, at least you've got that second source of income that can kind of back you up where necessary. And if you don't need it because you've got your day job, again, and it's fairly secure, then use that second income stream to then jumpstart your investment journey. But you should definitely be looking at creating a different or a second income source. I've got so many videos about making extra money on this channel. If you have a look at those after this, I'm sure you will find something that you can do that will get you that second income source. And it just means that you're not relying on somebody else to pay you, but also you're just making that, we talk about kind of the scenario of the table, and so instead of just having like a one-leg table, which can be quite precarious, you'd aim for 4 legs on a table, wouldn't you? Because then it's nice and steady and secure. The same goes with income streams. So have a look at creating or trying to figure out maybe what else could you do to just bring some extra money in. And like I said, if you don't actually need it in your budget, then use it to start your next part of your financial journey. The fourth one is to do with investing, and I know that for lots of people investing is a bit of a scary word, but for number 4, you potentially should aim to invest 20% of your income. Now, as someone who's doing the FIRE movement or the early retirement financial independence thing, 20% isn't good enough for that. However, for most people, investing 20% of their income consistently is so huge and would stand you in like such good stead, because most people don't ever get anywhere near that, and consistency is key there. So commit to doing that. Maybe start off with 5% and increase that over time once you get used to the system. Automate it if necessary, set it up as a direct debit to your investment account and get used to investing that on a regular basis, because consistency over time shows that if you do that for 20 plus years, the returns on that are huge. So aim for 20% of your income. But if that sounds too daunting at the moment, start off something really small. So I've just done my experimental portfolio update, and I'll leave a link below, and that shows that even the smallest amounts can add up over time. So that I add in £10 every week to that, just to show a different scenario, I suppose, but also it's a bit of an experiment for me. But it's the getting used to doing that and being comfortable around that. So yeah, so number 4 is to invest 20% of your income. Number 5, and it links to number 4, number 5 is to minimise those investing costs. So my experimental portfolio is with free trade, and I'll leave a link below for a referral link to get a free share worth up to £200 if you don't have it already. But one of the big things you need to watch out for when you're investing is investing fees. So I have my early retirement portfolio with Hargreaves Lansdown, and I've talked about this before, and I'm quite happy to recommend that service. However, every time I mention it, people go, whoa, but aren't the fees really expensive in there? How do you minimise those? There are ways around that. So if you're investing all the time, then yeah, potentially the fees could be quite high. But you can minimise it by saying, I invest once a month and I leave it alone the rest of the time. There are ways around that, but you need to make sure that you're not paying lots of active management fees when you invest. Look for the low cost funds, all that kind of thing, so that it minimises the fees you pay and therefore you get to keep more of your money. That's the point in that. And then the final one, and again it links to investing, but if you create a dividend income stream, and I talk about dividends all the time, and if you're new here, I'm a dividend investor, proud of that fact, you need to reinvest them, because with the way that it works in terms of creating that income stream, that second income stream, if you reinvest the dividends, it will grow so much quicker. You can get it into you can either reinvest it automatically, so it does it for you, or you can reinvest into different things wherever you want. But if you get in the habit of investing in stocks and funds that pay dividends and then reinvest them, your wealth over time will just skyrocket. And also you can use that as your second income stream eventually. Obviously if you use it from the word go, you can't reinvest them, it slows the process down, but eventually, say like 10 years time, if you're kind of getting £300, £400, £500 a month in dividends as a second income stream, not bad at all. So that is my 6th financial goal there that I think that you should aim for. And all of these combined, if you do these consistently, and I guess it's committing to the process. So you need to commit to the fact that it's not a get rich quick scheme. Most of us will never ever come into a massive lump sum of money or become millionaires overnight. However, if you do this for long enough, the numbers show that actually you could potentially be a millionaire eventually just by being consistent and staying the course. So they are my 6 financial goals I feel that anyone should be able to aim for, and you can start today. Why not? Sign up to free trade today and get started with your free share worth up to £200, and it gets you on your journey. Do you have any questions or comments? Leave them down below. I always answer every single comment I get. I love talking to people who take the time to leave the comments and watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back very soon with another video. But like I said, as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are not already. And I will see you again soon.